Hello everyone, so for this vlog I'm gonna be repotting my trailing plants that I've been keeping for a while, and I will be using this rice hull and wood shavings. Also, I'm gonna be using these large white pots with holes. So this is one of the plant that I'm gonna be repotting, my Monstera deliciosa in a regular green form. So it's quiet trailing now, so I have to repot it. The second plant is this Monstera borsigiana albo that I've been keeping for months. It's not yet fenestrated, but I hope that the repotting will help this plant to grow better. The third plant is this philodendron Florida Beauty that I bought from a nearby seller. So it actually came from a lobster type base cup leaf. So now it's quiet, trailing, so I really need to repot it. So let's start now the repotting. So I'm gonna begin with my Monstera deliciosa. So I'm kinda nervous on damaging its stem and aerial roots, but I hope that after a week or 2 weeks this plant can recover from repotting. Also guys, I noticed that this plant is a slow grower one, so if you have one, you really have to be patient on waiting until it grow this big. I had this plant last pandemic, and nowadays you can have this in a cheaper price. So if you can find one, you really have to grab the opportunity because Monstera can be expensive even if it is just in regular or green form. In supporting the stem and aerial roots of the plant, I usually use some wood or coconut husk until the plant recovers from the repotting. So at such time, I can use a PVC pipe and cocoa ropes as my permanent pole for trailing plants. I'll be placing this plant back on its rack. Then I hope that after a week or 2 weeks, it can recover from repotting. We are now on the second plant, which is my borsigiana albo. So I'm gonna be using the old pot of my Monstera deliciosa. So this plant is not yet fenestrated. I don't know why, but perhaps it has something to do with the cuttings, where it came from. It's super trailing now, so I really need to transfer it before it gets longer. And it's actually fast growing, but the maturity of leaves are taking longer than I expected. So I'm using a wood to support the stem and the aerial roots. Then I'm gonna place it back on its original place. The third plant that I have to repot is this trailing philodendron Florida Beauty. It came from a lobster cutting and it's now super trailing. So I have to transfer it, or else it will be more difficult for me later on. For this plant, I'm gonna be using the jumbo size white pot. This plant is fast growing, and that's why I want to recommend it as well, because it grow faster than I expected. And as of the moment, the this plant is somewhat cheaper than before, so you really must have this. And compared to other semi-rare plants, it's a low maintenance one. Since this plant is super trailing, I have to bend out this stem to allow the aerial roots to touch the potting media. So I have to be extra careful on this because I might cut off the stem and the aerial roots. So during the entire repotting, I was very meticulous on bending this plant because I'm afraid that the recovery will take longer, and it's just that it's my first time doing this repotting for Florida Beauty. So as long as I can, I want to be extra careful on this. It will always be best to allow the aerial roots to touch the potting media so that it can get nutrients from it and will help in nourishing the growth of every plant you have, especially the trailing ones such as this kind of philodendron, and even in other plants such as monsteras. Allowing them to touch the potting media will surely help in their growth. Same with my other repotted plants. I'm gonna placing this back on its place after the procedure, and I'll be waiting patiently for its recovery. I just really hope that I didn't damage any aerial roots so that the recovery will be more faster. Guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me during the entire potting procedure. So I hope you can still be with me on my upcoming videos. So please subscribe as well, and have a nice plant day, everyone. I've been trying to